Happy Thursday. Happy TIMBP Live. Happy we're here. We made it. It's another week. It's another stream. Things are something's not working. What is happening? What's going on here? What is this? I don't know why this is working. Anyway, might have to figure that out later. Whiskey Wisdom, what's going on? Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, brother. Hope you're doing fantastic. I might be monitoring Twitch from OBS tonight. I don't know. But Kyle Whippert's here. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Need to pin the Snuffy chat message. So I changed the reason I think why things are not working, at least in yeah, it's not even connected on Twitch. Uh-oh, Pescadios. I changed my handle to just my Bourbon Pod on Twitch, and things are things have gotten bricked. So that's not good. Living, laughing, loving, my guy. Hope you're doing well. I'm hanging in there. Hello, Sugar Kitty. I am also multitasking. I'm freaking out a little bit because I didn't realize that the Twitch Twitch thing was gonna be such an issue. Sean Holtgrave, what's going on, brother? Hope you are doing fantastic. Crap. Well, might be a YouTube only stream tonight. I don't know. Where's my stream key? I don't know. Anyway, while I'm trying to figure this out, I'll talk to you guys about what's going on. Been a very busy week. Things are just going crazy, as always. Youngest has developed her first tooth, so that's wild. RIP Twitchers. Yeah, I'm panicking a little bit. She also is in the phase where she wants to like stand up and act like she's walking, and she's just not. But she's just very, very like interested in being as much like her big sister as possible, and it's super cute, and I love it, and I adore how connected she is. But yeah, there's just a lot going on that's not bourbon related, of course, but I just have to re-log in, that's all. Wait, stupid. But then if you haven't listened to this week's episode yet, I did a super fun collab where I was interviewing some of the folks who are going to be judges for the International Wine and Spirits competition. Miss Dawn Davies and Bridget Albert. And talk to them about how cool this competition is. Oh, please just... What do you mean that password is incorrect? That password is not incorrect. Okay, well, Twitch just isn't getting a stream tonight. Unfortunately. So, we'll figure it out later. What's everyone joining tonight? Good question. I need to pour something because my anxiety is freaking out at the moment for multiple reasons, but nothing that needs to be worried about. Maybe I'll try to do a Twitch stream over the weekend or something, because I hate for this to have not worked out, but anyway. Corbin Cash, Merced Rye Pick for me. That sounds awesome. I went for some Tariff whiskey with some Springbank 10. I'm thinking Scotch. There you go. There you go. Sound terrible. Tell you what, since I'm doing Heaven Hill night, we'll just start with some Heaven Hill. How's that sound? But I don't know what Heaven Hill. about a BHG pick? Not sure how old this pick is, but it is an older bottle. It's definitely pre-pandemic, but it's got the old BHG cow on it. Can't stomach the Spring Bake 10 price we pay here in the U.S. even before the hideous extra tax. What is the current price? Lowest I just saw was $99, so $100. So I don't even know what and I mean a year ago. Come on, mouse. Oh, this is from 2 years ago on Reddit. They're not even giving a price. It's now at like 103. I've been babysitting one from 2021. Nice. Anyway. I went with Glen Scotia, 15 year. Spring Break here is over 100. It's 55 over there, but it flies off the shelf and they have trouble getting it. Gotcha. Solid way to start off the night, I feel like. Let's have ourselves a little drink. Cheers, y'all. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. To health and happiness. And safety. Emily Chambers, what's going on? Good to see you. Love GS15, great bottle. Hey, Max! Cheers, y'all couldn't make it last week since I was graduating with my master's degree. Congratulations, man. Super, extra, huge congratulations to you, Max. Say cheers to that as well. I sincerely hope that you can put all those hours and all that money to a very good use. And I sincerely hope that you as well will support your favorite streamer and podcaster who loves to drink bourbon and talk about it here on the internet by heading to the pinned comment at the top of your chat and using that Stream Elements link to support not only this guy sitting in front of you, but also Mr. Snuffleupagus sitting back here and doing what we call Snuffy Chats. I'm not Bruzel. We call them Snuffy Chats because they're in support of our patron saint of the podcast, Mr. Snuffleupagus back here. I'm banned now, aren't I? That's strike two. I'm just that's all I'm gonna say. Mr. Snuffleupagus. Patron saint of the podcast. Hashtag team Snuffy indeed. If you do indeed donate to the show, supports your boy, keeps the lights on, and you get your message up here. You can also do so directly through PayPal, through Venmo. All those links are in the description below. We don't have super chats because of watch hours and whatnot. But maybe one day we'll get there. I don't know. I do a lot of content. I do a lot of long form content. It's not exactly conducive to people, watching a bunch of stuff that leads to the hours that are needed for that threshold to be crossed. So in the meantime, Snuffy Chats pinned at the top of the hold on, I need to take care of something real quick. At the top of the comments, Mr. Burton's secret laptop. Roses are red, violets are blue. I am cute, and so are you. Mr. Burton, or Mr. Burton's secret laptop, thank you so much for being here. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's very nice to see you, and also I appreciate you calling me cute. That's very nice sentiment. I really do appreciate that. Odd coming from a stranger, but your picture is nice. Or should I call myself ads? Yo! ADS, WCW, what's up, homie? No friggin' way! We got our old friend! Dude, this is hilarious. It is good to see you. Hang on. I got to finish this up real quick. I need to send a message. I apologize. If I have to stop talking a couple of times, I apologize. I'm dealing with a couple of things off stream. But it has no bearing on the stream itself. So anyway, let's get to some news, shall we? Let's talk about changes. Let's talk about big moves, big changes happening. And I'm going to move my little... crap. Move my face out of the way so you can see it. I knew you were looking up how to ban me. Hey, man. It's like 2 button clicks. Okay, so Dan Calloway, our buddy, over at Bardstown Bourbon Company has been shifting around a little bit. He's still going to be involved at Bardstown Bourbon Company, but he is, as they said, he's been elevated, as they put it, to the role of master blender at Lofted Spirits. So here's the way that this works out. Lofted Spirits, from what I understand, is kind of the parent company. Let me get this right, because yeah, they're basically the parent company of Bardstown Bourbon Company, of Green River. So Dan is now the... Oh, dude, yeah, it's all good. I love you too. And Dan has been now officially moved into the role of like master blender, not just for Bardstown Bourbon Company, but also for Green River as well. So he used to be their vice president of product development at just Bardstown Bourbon Company, but now what he is basically doing is he's taking on a role that is much more involved with more products, more brands, in more ways, and he's going to have a much more significant hand in actually creating products. So I can understand, Kyle, why you would be confused by this at first. It makes complete and total sense. But yeah, the overall understanding is that he is now like the guy that will make the products that come from these brands. So instead of being a master blender for just Bardstown Bourbon Company, instead of being a master blender for just Green River, he is a master blender for both companies, right? Very cool, very involved. It's just a lot that he's going to do. So, and I think it's very well received. That's not the way to put that, but I think that they couldn't have gone to a better person. I think that Dan has just got one of the best palates out there. I think that his time with Bardstown Bourbon Company has done nothing but prove that he is exceptional at what he does. I've had the chance, of course, over many, many years of doing the podcast to have spoken with him multiple times. I interviewed him when I did the first episode with Bardstown Bourbon Company. Got to talk to him briefly because there were so many other things that were going on. But yeah, I'm very excited for Dan. I look forward to see what he's got coming up next. A little bit more local to me, at least, is the new tasting room and distillery for RD1. Our buddy Barry, of course, Barry Brinegar, has been working on this for a while. Excuse me. And it is just now come to fruition. Very cool. I love seeing that this is... Hold on, let me check on something. Okay, that's what I thought. How much is a pour of the 10-year Amberana? I don't know, like $200. No, I'm sure it's not that much. But this is still going to be... it's not too terribly far away from where their old distillery, their old tasting room was. Nature's Horrors, what's going on? Hi, hello, Nature's Horrors. Just stopping in. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I hope that you're well. Thanks for the support. What horrors are we looking at today? But I have a question about sports. Is this also WCW or ADS? What's happening? What's your sports question? This dude's got too many burners. I'm very confused. What's the best sport? I mean, I'm partial to baseball myself. Like, I'm a real big baseball fan. I don't know. Is that okay? Hang on. This is the ADHD stream tonight. Not, ADHD whiskey. Oh, that's not what I want to do. High school sport. This is content. I know a lot about wrestling and who's WCW. Dog, why do you have so many burner accounts? There we go. Look at this. Okay. Oh, come on. Still can't get connected to Twitch for some reason. Oh, nope. Streaming on Twitch now. Hot dog. Fantastic. Anyway. Pickles on the run. What is happening? I'm losing my mind. I'm having a full breakdown. This is insane. Anyway. So yeah, already won. They're not too far from where they were. But they needed the space to actually go and create their own product and entertain more guests, for sure. They're expecting 30,000 guests per year, which I think is awesome, especially for a pretty small outfit. But yeah, I wanted to go. They had invited me to go to the plot twist. Those are all Perry's burners, and he just likes to have conversations with himself. Yeah, that's what I've been doing on my phone. What's a burner account? That's something I've never heard of. Hilarious. Wait, have I been live on Twitch the whole time too? Because it says I've been going live for 35 minutes. I don't know. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Anyway. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, very excited. I just wasn't able to go to the opening, the like media event either. But just very cool, and I'm super happy for Barry, and I look forward to seeing what's next for them. Speaking of what's next, we had a small preview of this a couple months ago, and I was over the moon about this. I also just cannot believe that this is happening now. I really want this to be good. I want this to be exceptional. This is the product that I think is my most anticipated for this year. Of course, because I'm the Knob Creek guy. That's just what I've turned into this year. Knob Creek's new single barrel cast strength bourbon and rye. They are putting out as picks cast strength single barrels, which everything and more I could have asked for. Everything and more. Except for the proof. Proof is a little low in some cases. It does say that it could be as low as 110 and as high as 130. If it's over 120, I'm happy. Like, I will be over the moon if it's over 120. But if we get these stupid, like, 6-year-old 110 proof Knob Creek picks, I'm going to be pissed. I'm scared of it. I'm scared to just unlock their bottom floors to be part of the program. Dude, I genuinely am worried that we are getting the bottom of the barrel stuff from this. And I think that when we saw, like, I remember covering this at least about a month ago, somewhere around that. And when I talked about it, when was that stream? I can't remember when that stream was. Regardless, it doesn't matter. But the whole point was that the TTB label that we saw was like 7 years old and 118 proof or something. And that's fine. But that's not what I want. And I know I'm being greedy. Beggars can't be choosers. But we'll see. If they gave the opportunity for a 14-year at 105 proof, I'd be all over it, though. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. If that happens, I mean, even if we get 14 years old at 110 proof, fine. Fine by me. Older product, the better. I don't mind. I just really don't want the age on these products to suffer because we're getting something at a slightly higher proof. That's genuinely my biggest concern with this. We'll see. Here's the coolest part of all this. Are y'all excited for GTA 6? Here is my honest assessment of all of this. I am very excited for the people who are very excited about it. I am only excited about it insofar as I have never played Grand Theft Auto before. I've never played it. It was not something that I grew up playing. But now as an adult, I have no reason not to. So, we'll wait for it to come out on the Switch 2. Or the Switch 3 in 20 years. Who's to say? We'll find out. I'm excited for it, sure, because I know people are excited for it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Sounds like the same thing Wild Turkey is up to with offering 7 to 8 year Russell's picks now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. But what I was going to say is the cool part of this is, and for better or worse, and I'm leaning towards better in a lot of instances with this. we are slowly seeing more and more and more of Freddie No, Fred No's son, who is the 8th generation, as they're saying on Bourbon Lands, master distiller of the Beam family. He's getting more and more influence with what Jim Beam is doing. Now, I know that we've got the, and I was pretty critical, too, of the new Booker's Reserves coming out this year that was finished in tequila barrels, and how, what did Booker say before he retired? Don't let him touch my Bookers. And they could touch his Bookers, right? Don't mess with my Bookers. The whole point of that, though, is it seems like Freddie's at least trying to do more with honoring Booker No. And he's just a lot more energetic about what matters to Jim Beam as a distillery. So this is cool. I'm very excited for this. I just don't want it to go the way of, like, bad Bookers, Here's the other half of this, too. They're going to be $70 a bottle. $70 for slightly higher proof. Do we really need that much of a price hike for $70? Or for slightly... Let me say that again. Do we really need that much of a price hike for a little bit more proof? Really? Do we really need that much more? Oh, wait. I just don't know. Like, I could see it being 60, but like 15 more dollars? Hang on. Did I not turn the music down all the way? It feels louder than normal. Maybe it's just my headphones. Jeffrey Whack. Hello again, Whiskey Friends. Hello to you, buddy. If you have time, you should Google Mr. Burton Etowah. Am I going to be on a list if I do? So I don't like the fact that you're telling me to Google a guy that's kind of a meme where his name is also like attached to something that says secret laptop. We'll see. I'll ponder on it. I will ponder on it, my friend. I will ponder on it. Let's move on, though. You know what? I had an article I wanted to talk about that. We'll skip it. We'll leave it for next week. But speaking of Heaven Hill, since it's Heaven Hill night, Heaven Hill is, I can tell you who he is, so you don't have to Google him, please, because I'm very curious. Also, thank you all so much for being here. If you're just tuning in, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Darrell the Whiskey Saint, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the Snuffy Chat, the Stream Elements link, hit some things. Support the show, please. Tip if you can. Okay, see, dude, that's why I didn't want to look him up. He's a PDF teacher from a random school I found. I don't want to look that guy up. No amount of Google incognito mode is going to keep me from being off of a list. Well, also, why were you looking this? How did you just come across this guy? And you've got his... Dude. This goes so much deeper than you just being like, oh, I came across this guy on the internet. Yeah, see? We're all guilty by association now. Kyle's right. We are dead to rights, my friend. We are in trouble. Gits and shiggles. That is a great way to say that. I love that. Anyway, moving on. Heaven Hill. Last week we talked about how Traveler whiskey is now the official bourbon, scratch that, official whiskey of Major League Baseball. And now it seems that Heaven Hill, across the board, is the new marketing partner with UFC. Oh, no, it's just a liqueur. Hypnotic. Hypnotique? I don't know. Heaven Hill owns this brand. Maybe they'll start doing bourbon stuff with them, too. I don't know. I just thought this was funny. I've never seen hypnotic before. I don't know what... every time I see hypnotic spelled weird like this, it's for the kids. I mean, it's certainly not for me. I don't even know what hypnotic is. I don't care. Let's move on. I'm excited. I am so excited about this. So yesterday was hey, Zofer just got on, and Daphne's is here too. Good to see you. I see Hypnotique on the screen. I've never had Hypnotique. This is every time somebody new comes on. It's a college drink for sure. Every time somebody new comes on, I'm going to flash this on screen just for a little bit of traumatizing. So yesterday was my father-in-law Brett's 59th birthday. We were over there at his house celebrating, and I brought the Hypnotic. I like how you make it sound fancy, though. I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be said with some kind of accent. Hypnotique. I knew what it was by the color. That is hysterical. Fonzo, good to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I like that I said I'm going to move on, and y'all just keep reeling me back in. I'm like, I've never had it before. I don't really know what it is. And y'all are like, let me tell you about my trauma. Let me tell you about all the times that I have had Hypnotic, and I have regretted every second of my life since then. Also, what is this bottle? What is the branding of Hypnotic? Can't escape the Hypnotic. Hang on. I got to get a better look at... Wait. Is this like new branding? It's so ugly. I'm sorry. Made with an exquisite blend of premium vodka, cognac, and tropical fruit juices. So it's just like, it's like a cocktail that's just ready to go. It's trash. It looks like trash. It looks like something... You know what it looks like? I remember the old bottle. Which one's the old bottle? Is this the old bottle? Or is this the old bottle? This looks different. No, I don't want to save that. Don't you give me a virus. I can smell the sugar and additives from here. Oh, this must be the old bottle. Ew. This is also bad. I very rarely see rebrands that make something look worse. And they genuinely did it. Why do you keep wanting me to... I'm not going to download that. Anyway, what I was going to say. My stomach is screaming at the side of it. That's the one. Dude, this sucks. This thing is terrible. But honestly, this is worse. This is worse. Trying to get that Zoomer crowd. What I was going to say. What this is, this looks like, okay, as a basically an RTD, right? It's pretty much a ready-to-drink cocktail. This is something that you get handed in these airplane bottles right as you're walking into a nightclub. So that your inhibitions are immediately shot and you are immediately ready to go and grab another drink, and people are passing you as many just drugs as they possibly can. This this is absolutely the start to the worst night of your life, but in the moment you think it's the best night of your life. And they're sponsoring UFC? Actually, I see the vision. I see the vision. This is in the parking lot of a strip club for a bachelor party. 100%. This is who came up with an exquisite blend of premium vodka, cognac, and natural tropical fruit juices? I can't even taste the alcohol. I'm pretty sure there's not even alcohol in this. It's just so fruity. Anyway, so next week we're going to be reviewing Hypnotic. Anyway, so what a wonderful sidetrack. So yesterday was Brett's 59th birthday, and I brought over the Hamer. This is my Hypnotic podcast. I brought over the Hamer 10-year, the 100 proof. We got to talking about how that's very similar to, basically how they made bourbon originally, because that was basically all that they had access to as far as ingredients. It was 99% corn, so the majority of your mash was going to be corn. And then I saw that they were going to be coming out with a cast strength version of the 10-year. So I'm very, very excited for this product. Of course, they've just got the 100 proof as a placeholder on the TTB label right now. But I love that 10-year that they've got out, the 100 proofer right now. Just awesome stuff, man. Really, really good. Very unique. Good thing it's inexpensive for sure, and make sure to wear too much cologne when you review it. Hang on. Ba-ba-ba. I feel like that's a false narrative, though, because back in the day, they wouldn't have access to the enzymes to properly produce a 99% corn bourbon, but whatever, great marketing. Yeah, true. How could you not be excited about this? I mean, I guess if you're not a Makers fan, or if, you don't really drink whiskey, then you're not going to be excited about it. But, Maker's Mark is coming out with an age-stated version of their cask strength, which I'm very excited about. I'm very, very, very excited about. I'm going to switch over to the Coming Whiskey version because it's got a little bit more information about what's on the label here. Don't know if this is exactly what's going to happen. If it's always going to be 7 years, 3 months, or if they're going to have to update the label every time. They've got the barrel entry proof on there, 110. A batch of 378 casks. Keep wanting to say stop, hammer time. This is a top-tier marketing move. Won't change the profile. They're just finally telling us the age. I completely agree. I think it's just a very, very smart move on their end to do this. It's not changing like anything at all. I just really appreciate the fact that we're finally getting a regular offering from Maker's Mark that is age stated, and you're going to be able to walk into the store, hopefully, and just find it. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that Maker's Mark has made this decision to, do something that other distilleries, other brands have done for literal years, But, it's cool to see them evolve so quickly for a brand that refused to evolve for so long. Good for them. Yeah, they're figuring it out. They're figuring it out. And again, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Barrel continuing to do what Barrel does. And I'm excited for this. If we ever get to see it, I don't know. It's a collaboration with Take, Jay. You don't know him. But it's a blend of bourbon and rye at cask strength. Do you want me to tell you a little secret? So if you've been keeping up with the podcast, you know that Eric and I recently interviewed Joe Beatrice, the owner and founder of Barrel Craft Spirits. And Eric doesn't know this yet. I haven't told him. It's going to be a surprise. And during the interview, Eric brought up how much he loves Rye Batch 1. And I mean, I was in agreement with him. It's not like I was like going, it's fine to me. I also said I loved it. I get an email yesterday from Joe confirming that it was us that was talking about it. And he says, we were going through some of our warehouses. We found a case of our last 6 bottles of Rye Batch 1. He said, I am sending you bottle number 6 of Rye Batch 1. Said, Joe, you're a gentleman and a scholar. Eric is going to lose his mind. I've been losing my mind. I cannot get over the fact that he's doing that. Bottle number 6 of Rye Batch Wine. I cannot believe it. I'm very, very excited. Just an incredible gesture from Joe. I mean, we've always been, he's always been incredibly generous to us, incredibly kind, and it's just, continuing. And I can't say how much I appreciate that. Just awesome. Anyway. I really like this. I'm gonna have a little bit of Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond here in a bit, but I love this little artist series that they're doing for the Bottled and Bond bottle. Just some different Heaven Hill locations painted going onto bottles. Nothing like out of this world. Nothing like crazy. Just nice. Just looks cool. Another Heaven Hill release. Kentucky Beau is a dog. It's 100 proof. It's just a tribute to a good boy. Cool. I don't know what this is about. I genuinely have no clue. I saw this and I was like, all right, well, somebody just really loves their dog and they wanted to make a bottle with him on a label. Okay. I was like, fine, man. Do what you want. 6-year, 100 proof. I'm not going to complain about it. And then last but not least, I'm going to cover Jimmy Fallon up as best I can. Sorry. Here's what I'll do. There you go. Better. Sweet Mash Tennessee Whiskey. As part of Jack Daniel's distillery series. Going to be at 117 proof. I'm insanely excited for this. It's in the 375s. Just cool. I want to know what this is like. To see something not completely different, but different enough. Coming from Jack Daniel's, using a different process. Yeah, I love it. I'm very pumped. And that, my friends, is all the news that's fit to print. We're going to finally move on to the reviews for the evening. Because Lord knows we got a lot of them. My camera, like... Whoop. Ah, crap. Come on. Good enough. Where are we going to start? I think we're going to start with the Elijah Craig. Which came in a very pretty box. I hope that this is okay. Because Lord knows we didn't love last year's. It's got a nice little card that came with it. Some title lists that Eric's gonna keep because I don't play golf. And the bottle. I hope it tastes like putting green. I hope it just tastes somewhat good. I hope it's drinkable. I'll be very honest with you. I know they did something with it this year like they did last year where it came from, different... Here, let's pull it up. Came from different rick houses that were... Oh, there we go. It came from the barrels for it came from Heaven Hill's Q and H1 Rick Houses, paying homage to the PGA Championship's return to Quail Hollow Club. Anything is drinkable if you try hard enough. I mean, you're not wrong. It's just last year's was so. It was almost like it wasn't made to be opened, and it was more so like just a. It was just supposed to be like a display piece. Oh, also they've got the PGA logo on the top again. Here, let's see if my camera will focus. And it will not. This plastic is being annoying. Where's Tony, by the way? Embossed. I haven't seen Tony in 2 weeks. Has he left us for another channel? It is 90. Excuse me. It is 94 proof. Not seen him today. Where is Tony B of D? I've got no idea, man. No idea. And I also wanted to compare it to just standard old Elijah Craig small batch. See how it fares. Oh, that glass is... Oh, wait. No, it's fine. Never mind. All right. Do you still have last year's? Do a full comp? I do not have last year's anymore. And the reason that I do not have last year's is because I disliked it so much that I handed it off to my dad, who, as anybody might know, just drinks bourbon on the rocks with a splash of water for the most part. And he tried it, and he said he didn't mind it that much, and he was just going to drink it that way. And I was like, it's yours. So he finished it. I was like, go, Dad. It genuinely does not smell nearly as off-putting as what last year's did. It's got a very strong French vanilla note that is like kind of overpowering beyond anything. It reminds me a lot of kind of like old style Elijah Craig. Like it's kind of leaning towards the Snickerdoodle too. QH Rickhouses. What happens if they make a SK Rickhouse blend? Is that my bottle? Absolutely. All right, well, let's find out. I gotta say, that's pretty daggum good. After 3 years of working their way through these golf blends, because they had that one toasted release that came out a couple years ago. I feel like we should whisper in golf voices to hear the tasting notes. I could whisper. I don't feel like that would be very conducive to a good live stream, but in that case, cheers to the Heaven Hill Sugar Kitty Open. Very open, so open you can't stand it. So open that everybody's welcome, even if you've never picked up a golf club before. The Heaven Hill Sugar Kitty Open. What's that cat doing with a golf club? Get off the green, cat. Whiskey PGA SMR. That's good. That's good. It took me a second. PGA SMR. It is tobacco-y. It's leathery. There's chocolate on here. I'm genuinely impressed, not only with the fact that this is a 94 proof bourbon, but with this being a limited release for it's actually really good. Like I'm kind of mad that it's as good as it is, because I was fully expecting to dislike it. I was really ready to not like it. I was really, really ready to just be like, I don't know about this. Hurts me as a guy with a Scottish name that I think there is no justification to hitting a tiny ball with a club. Hashtag pacifist sports. It's got more oomph to it than the regular Elijah Craig, I'm not going to lie. In the sense of taking what works about a standard offering and ramping it up to 11 for a limited release, I got to be honest with y'all. Heaven Hill's kind of nailed it on this one. I'm not saying pay an exorbitant amount of money, especially on secondary for this one, but if you see a good price on this bottle, it might be worth picking one up. And they sent it to me. I'm not being paid by them or anything to say this, but this is easily my favorite of the three that they've done for the PGA events. I wish they'd always make these special labels actually special whiskey. Yeah, this is the first one that they've done. Well done, Heaven Hill. Well done, Heaven Hill. Yeah, it's crazy how much it reminds me of the old bottle Elijah Craig. Like around the time that they moved the age statement to the back of the label, and also around the time that they also kind of took the age statement away. I think even when they took the age statement away, it's likely that it was still predominantly 12-year-old bourbon, but just not as, just still sprinkled in with some like 10 or 11-year-old in there. hanging out with Mama Ritter, and she said, clean your basement. Whiskey Mutant? Why? Why? Why must you hurt me so? Why must you say such things? I have a mechanic bottle that takes me back to when Heaven Hill put insane whiskey in standard offerings. I miss those days, man. I was gonna share the PGA bottle with the mutant. That was a really high quality dig. No, he cooked me. He really, really cooked me. I'm still gonna share the PGA bottle with the mutant because it wasn't just sent to me. Also, the Quail Hollow logo is kind of sick. I vibe with it. Stupid camera. I need to get a better camera. I'm still rocking the a genuine webcam. Like, it's not even a like camera. It is a webcam. It autofocus. See, that's what I'm saying. It autofocus for 0.02 seconds. It's so annoying. Ugh. Anyway. Let's move on. That was definitely a deep, dark dig with diabolical definition. Yeah. Let's move on to the grain to glass. Last year... See, I don't know if they're releasing all three of those expressions this year too, but they did last year. They had a higher proof wheated bourbon. They had a cast strength rye, and they also had the standard offering high rye bourbon. This year so far, they've only put out the high rye bourbon, and they also only sent what is this? Is this 100 mil or 200 mil? I don't know. They also only sent like a sample bottle. Last year they sent like that whole big beautiful display, and they sent full bottles. And I'm like real bummed that we didn't get full bottles this year, but it's fine. We'll be fine. Let me see real quick. So I know we talked about it last week or the week before. 52% corn, 35% rye, and 13% malt. It was the corn was grown on 2 family-owned sites in Nelson County, Kentucky. Peterson Farms, family-owned, Beck 6225. There's a lot of information on this paper. And last year's high rye bourbon was also not our favorite of the lineup. The rye was. The bourbon came in pretty far down the list at last. So this is also 105 proof. So we shall see. And this is also what I'm going to compare to how were those... I missed last week's live. How are those spirits direct as admissible as always? So I'll give you a quick recap. And I'll also add additional context for anybody who doesn't listen to the podcast in addition to... Actually, you know what? We didn't talk about it on the podcast. We talked about it on Patreon stuff. So this is actually kind of a solid update for people who are not on the Patreon. But if you would like to be on the Patreon and you want to support all the things that we do, patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast. Links are in the description below, too. Links for everything that I bring up that you can do to support, like even just following on social media. All that's in the description below. If you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, you got to do a little bit of digging. Actually, no, that's not true. All the links for everything are on Twitch. But anyway, when I opened them last week, they S-tier segue. When I opened them last week, they were fine, and I actually still have them right next to me. And if you can tell by the fill level on them, you can probably tell that they didn't open well. They probably... No, not probably. They have gotten worse. Of course, I had a little bit more of the higher proof than the 90. The 90 shows way more of the imperfections than the 123, the cast strength, does. But Eric and I tried it the day after when we were recording for the Patreon stuff. And yeah, it just really showed how young it was. It's a blend of like a 12% rye bourbon and a 39% bourbon or something insane like that. A 39% bourbon. And they definitely didn't use a lot of the 39% bourbon. The 12% is so much more evident. Who do we think it's from? I said it on Patreon. I don't really want to say who I think it's sourced from publicly. Or at least in a more, well-defined setting like this, just because of how much I don't like it. But there have been other... Let me put it this way. We have one review that lives in infamy on the podcast where Eric is known for it being his least favorite bourbon of all time. And it's not in plain sight on a farm. Wink. I think those people made it. Joseph Brazo. What are you doing here? Oh, Joe, I forgot to text you back. I am very sorry about that. It has been an insane couple of weeks. I will text you back tonight after I get off this here live stream, but it's good to see you, buddy. Hoping you're doing all right. I was not also, Joseph, I was not ignoring you. I just genuinely forgot to text you back. Sorry. All right, I've let this open for a few minutes. Let's see what the Heaven Hill Grain to Glass second edition release Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey at 105 proof looks like. Okay, all right. Do you see Kyle, or do you think it's a little bit hidden? Hidden. This is not bad. I'm not as sweet on it as I was the Elijah Craig, for sure. It do be hidden. Barn. Look over yonder. It's a hidden. Oh. Mid pallet into the finish. Oh, covert silo. Yeah, that's mid. Covert silo. That's awesome. Up front, this is a little boring. I'm not going to lie. It starts to go kind of smoky. Starts to really show some more character midway into the finish. Not like blowing me away or anything. But it's really quite solid. Are these still $99 a bottle? Okay, they just don't even say it on the press release. That's fine. That's cool. I picked up a bottle of Hidden Barn for $10 at a Kroger in Louisville. They were trying to get it out of the store since they had apparently only sold 4 bottles out of like 6 cases. Not sure batch 3 was even worth the $10. $10. What? For that's insane. Honestly, paying $10 for a bad time is kind of a great novelty purchase. I kind of agree with you. Actually, I don't think it's that bad of a purchase, especially if you can be like, dude, look, I spent $10 on this. Y'all just pass it. You can bottle chug this. I spent $10 on this, and if it slips out of somebody's hand and accidentally goes down the drain, I'm not going to be mad. Comparing to the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, I'll be taking these here Huggies and any cash you have in the register. Papa Ritter's in the house. It's the perfect dude. Try this bottle? Absolutely. $10 is cheaper than Windex. What a great perspective. It really is a good novelty. Helps me tell people higher priced bourbon isn't always worth it. I mean, yeah, because you've got a $10 bottle. They can try it and they'll be like, yeah, dude, I'm just going to buy, because they're like, yeah, you're trying to tell me more expensive bourbon isn't always worth it? Why? Because this cheap bourbon isn't very good either. I think I'm only going to buy expensive bourbon from now on. It'd be really funny if they're like, I don't understand sale. Sales don't make sense to me. Do we feel bad for Jackie or do we blame her? I don't know. I mean, I know regular price is 70. Do we feel bad for Jackie, though? Look, I mean, in some ways, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, like, do you want my honest assessment of this? I think that Old Forester Birthday Bourbon has gotten better over the past couple of years. Do with that information what you will. I'm going to stop buying expensive bourbon. No more Blantons for you, Dad. Dude, Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond is so good. Nightmare collab would be Forbidden Barn. Kroger discounts things in ways I will never fully understand, not just for liquor. I completely agree. Both, it wasn't all her, but she's letting it slide too far. I think that's complete. I think that's a very fair assessment. I think the other side of that too, Emily, is that when she is in the when she is partnering with brands that are not exactly the best of quality, the end product is not going to be the best of quality either. No, and see, like that's another aspect as well. Like it's not to say that like going none fixed every problem, because it didn't, for sure. See, and I think you're probably right with your assessment there, Joe. I wonder if she's doing the best she can with crap juice. I just think, again, Old Forester Birthday Bourbon has gotten better over the past couple of years. Just, 1920 has gotten worse. 1920 has objectively gotten worse. I will agree with you on that. Okay, going back to the grain to glass compared to the bottled and bond. They're actually very similar. They're almost a 1-to-1. The grain to glass might be a little bit more robust on the back end. Yeah, I think the grain to glass actually has improved quite a bit since last year. I cannot get to my bottle of the grain to glass from last year at the moment, which is why I'm doing this comparison instead. It is blocked. I have too many boxes in front of my cabinet. I did not have time to move things out of the way in the way that I would like to have done so. Otherwise, I would have done such a thing. So, anyway, last review of the evening. It was. So many reviews. Where's Mutant for the retort? Dude, let him just, say whatever he wants to. I don't care. The man cooks me too often, okay? So, our final review is a 9-year Old Fitzgerald bought on a bond. Produced in the spring of 2016. Right before I got married. Which I'm very excited for. Wait, I need to clean my glass out. I forgot. Oh, come on. The box, to be fair, though, the boxes in front of my cabinet are whiskey boxes. Excuse me. You most definitely need to try sometime. And I'll be comparing this to the fall 2024 edition of Old Fitzgerald Bought on a Bond, which Eric and I did not like at all. We had some very, very intense thoughts about. And this was an 11-year-old bourbon. Hopefully this one isn't tainted as well. I hope so. So, I mean, still smells weird. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll get there. Okay, this smells pretty damn good. Smells pretty great, I'm not going to lie. Oh, it's so sweet. It is insanely sugary. My wife loves the Old Fitz and I'm bored by it. Sorry, not sorry. That's fair. Too much whiskey hides whiskey. How terrible. Yeah. I've been eyeing that Larceny 8-year single barrel at Liquor Barn the last couple times I've gone in. I did not know they had an 8-year single barrel. I have also not been to Liquor Barn very much recently, so. All right. I have a hair in my mouth. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, that's absolutely a better value than 9-year-old Fitz. 127 proof. I mean, what? It's what is the price on it, Kyle? I'll be honest with you. even if I wasn't like over the moon about the grain to glass, it was still $74.99. That is a great, okay, easily a better value than this 9-year-old Fitz. That being said, though, this feels like a return to form for these decanters. This is solid. I like this. One of my most anticipated bottles for this year. Is it better than a Rebel 10, though? No. You know what, though? Yeah, okay. I have not had a Rebel 10 in a while. I haven't had one of the new Rebel 10s in a hot minute. So I don't know if I can make a fair assessment on that. I would love to, but I don't know if I can. All right, let's compare it to the 11-year from last year. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. I forgot how off that is. Remember that Rebel 12 at cast strength? I absolutely do, and I miss that bottle so much. Taint face. Yeah, this is bad. This is still bad. I really don't know what happened to this sample. I cannot get over how unbelievably tainted and rough and not good this is. I don't understand what happened to our sample of this 11-year-old Old Fitz. And I can't. I hope that isn't a true example of that batch. Everybody else says that it's a really good batch. I think we got a bad sample. I think our sample bottle, like it wasn't washed out right or something. I don't know. But it's really bad. Oh, it tastes like, okay. That second sip, I kid you not, tasted like hot dogs. It is like they sent you mellow corn instead. It tastes like they washed out the sample bottle with hot dog water. This one tastes like the cow got into an onion patch. It's really bad. But no, I like this. I like this 9-year. It's a very, very solid release. I'm not upset about it. What is this? B524? Why do I have just a little bit of B524 left? Do I? Or is this something else? I don't know. I'm going to finish it. Nice. Sounds delicious. It's not. I feel like this sample bottle is not B524. I feel like I put something else in here. No, that's larceny. B524 was pretty good. It was a little hot. You know what I really wish Heaven Hill had done with the Titleists that they sent? Oh, I was right! They did do it. I was just about to say that I thought that it would have been cool if they had put the Elijah Craig logo on the golf balls that they sent with the bottle. And sure enough, they did. I hadn't opened the box yet. But they're on. Kyle, I was genuinely surprised by that. That's crazy. Because there's nothing. Here's the reason why I was so surprised. There's nothing on the box that indicates that it's Elijah Craig branded. Right? It's just like a regular Titleist Pro V1 box. And I was like, oh, that sucks. They're just sending us like Titleists. And so when I opened it and like the first thing I saw was the Elijah Craig logo, I like freaked out. I thought it was really cool that they, went a little bit of an extra mile on it. Okay, well, that what a great little surprise. I don't play golf. And now I've got 3 golf balls with Elijah Craig branding on it. So, there you go. And I think that about does it for tonight. What a way to end it, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. Tonight's been fun. Sorry for the weird beginning. Changing the Twitch username was strange. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we've been watching on the replay. Thank you. It's like a bonus podcast for you every week. And if you're not on Twitch or you haven't followed on Twitch, please do, or go watch over there for a little while because. Helps. And yes, go watch Clifton later. And hope you have a good night, too. I'll be back next week. Thinking about... I had somebody in mind for a guest for next week. So... we'll see. We'll talk about it. See y'all real soon. Until next time, though. I'm Perry. This is TIMBP Live. I love you. Be good. Bye.